Aries, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower. Going from the 28th to the 3rd of October. We've been talking about the transformation or energies, and look at that. That's what's transforming at the moment. There has been two X flares that's come through on the sun, as I predicted on the energy updates. And I think there's one more X flare to come. I think it will come through either on Sunday or Monday. Um, and that's going to change the vibrations during the week. We will go into how that is going to be affecting your flower after we've got some messages from the Astroflower for you and pulled some tarot cards on the Astroflower. So we will be going into that and seeing how those changing vibrations are going to be affecting this reading this week here. So without further ado, let's just bring up your flower and see what we get in the way of messages for you. Let's just hope you have a lovely reading. Let's just see what's going on in the overall energies. Wow, there's something major going on the financial side of life here. I think there's a drive from within you. It's almost as like there's. It feels like there's like this solar flare, and this solar flare is really pushing that sort of side of things for you. I think more than anything else, majorly up in all of this section here, and it's pushing towards the future, an opportunity which I think is it's not it comes in very quickly by the looks of things this week here, and may need you to make decisions quickly according to it. But it feels like it's trying a lot of your energies at the moment, for sure. On your relationship side, this plays more, I would say, into this sort of section here, and it's about sort of like consolidating relationships or starting a relationship, one or the other, either sort of like someone that you've met that in the recent past and you want to take it to the next level, or someone that you're going to meet, or it could be the position that you're taking in accordance to your family, your friends, your community, that sort of thing. And that's the part I think that you're really mainly concentrating on. And look at that, on the overall energies, you get the Nine of Cups, beautifully plays into you. Yeah, I think this plays a lot into this financial side. This is the sort of image I got here that's very similar to this sort of image when feeling the energies on this sort of side of life. I think it's going to be the most driving factor within your life. And it possibly could be that this opportunity that arrives in your financial side actually has consequences about how you progress your spiritual, your relationship, your emotional side of your life. So let's just have a look at that. The karmic path really wants to move things forward within your relationship, take things to a next level, and it could be taking a position of authority within the family and the friends and community. It could be for some of you that could be the case, but for some of you it could also be about sort of, asking someone out, acting upon the feelings that you have for somebody within you, or it could be a case of taking your existing relationship onto another level, as it were. But whatever it is, don't wait around. I think it's a case of really starting to get into moving on and getting into action. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. So on your sort of relationship side, it's playing much more into sort of socializing and so forth. Maybe it's a case here that you just want to really enjoy life and get out there and enjoy it with others, engaging with others that are around you. And from the past, there's a past is like it's really protecting you. It's as if like you've conducted yourself in the past in a way that gives you a lot of credit within the relationship and the world that is around you. Gives you a certain stature that you don't have to deal with because it's, look at what I've done, not look at what I say sort of scenario. That's the sort of feeling I get out of it. And in the future here, there is decisions that need to be made about this engagement within relationships around you. And there seems to be a decision that's going to affect your future that you need to make. What's the lesson that comes out of this week here? Hold your head high. And I think this ties into the past here. I think this is about having that confidence within you, within all types of relationships or just in life itself, to make decisions that are going to not only change your life but change the life of the people that are really connected to you. And it could well be, asking someone if they want to go to a restaurant or the cinema or something like that, really investing in things. Look at that. Karmic path here. As I said, there's a lot of power. There's a lot of security. There's a lot of kudos. You've got a lot of credit. You're really standing in your power. And on your karmic path, you get the Emperor card here for your relationship side. And I think you carrying this authority into relationships is a very good thing to do. And authority doesn't necessarily mean, obviously, beating other people down or shouting at people. It's just the air, the air in you that's sort of like bringing that to the future. In the connection to the universe, yeah, I think you need to go on a bit of a journey, actually. This could be a case of like you're carrying too much. It might be, just be wary, not to do too much for everybody else and forgetting about yourself. That's possible there. But I also think at the same time with this card here is that you've packed your mules up and you're going off on a journey. I do believe that as well. And it could be figuratively speaking, may not necessarily physically going somewhere, but it's actually going on a journey of discovery more than anything else. And from your past, you get the Six of Swords. Yes, I think you've had to stand your ground, which has created this authority that is within you, and you're gradually getting there. And because you're gradually getting there, that's releasing that Nine of Cups for you. That whole sort of sensation that, yeah, this is good for me. This is good for my relationship. This is good for all the people that I'm concerned about in my life around me. And it's that authority, that air that you carry about you is taking you on to much beautiful things. And in your future self, Queen of Wands. Yeah, I think this is where you sort of like, maybe you may have a lot of opportunities and a lot of connections with other people that are around you. And this is where you could be going off on a journey of discovery with that. Try not to do too much for others, but concentrating on the thing that really floats your boat. And I think it's sort of like Queen of Wands have come up a lot for fire signs, got to be said. And it's installing in your life the idea of magic, of kind of going, wow, it can really work. Because you stand your ground or you hold your authority within you, all of a sudden that opens opportunities and doors for you into your near future. And look at that for the decisions that you've got to make for this week here of holding the authority, as it were, in life is going to give you real clear visions about where to take things in the future. And it does bring in a lot of results for you. Clear victories that you need to decide about what you want to do, what you want to do with those victories. What you want to do with those connections with the people that are around you. You seem to be the one that's driving everything at the moment. And I would enjoy that moment, that position in your life more than anything else. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. So here we go. We've got the karmic path for here on the financial side. It's very similar to this sort of side here with the king, with the emperor card, who has a complete and utter control over his environment in a physical sort of sense. Here on your karmic path here is as if to sort of say, I have the resources necessary in order to go ahead and engage in my own success. That's what it seems to be coming out here. So it's sort of really, it's standing your karmic path is almost sort of saying, and we need this success here. And it's as if like life itself is creating this success for you, possibly because of how you've dealt with life in the past. It's like sort of like, don't look at what I've done. Don't look at not what I say, but what I've done. Look at my actions, not necessarily of what I say. And I think that's going to become much more important in the world around us. And the more you get into that, the more you will enjoy it. Really will. Okay? So that's what it seems like on the karmic path. This plays into that. It seems as if, like, on this side here, there seems to be a very outwardly, I don't think spoken, they're projecting their energy outwards. They're very buoyant energy, a bit too much for you, to be honest, for you, Aries. But at the same time, what they're bringing to your life is the opportunity to explore adventures or explore successful financial and career path or business, helping you to explore avenues and open up opportunities for you. And I think a meeting with someone is going to instigate this opportunity of your future. In your past, it plays into this as well. As I said, I think with the karmic path here, I think what you've done in the past is actually set this up. You've created this luck for you more than anything else. And in your future self, there's a beautiful thing going on here in this section here. I think it's quite emotionally driven because it's something that comes in very quickly, or it seems to be coming in very quickly, that's like thrown in front of you like a job offer or a business or a project that emotionally speaks to you. And it's going to need decisions that are really, you've got to make decisions quite quickly and be very clear about it. No time to waste is the message that comes out of this week here. Really no time to waste within your career path. I think it bodes incredibly well for that sort of aspect of you. So let's just put a few cards here before we go on to see what's going on in the elements. You've got your karmic path, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. Revelation for you about how to nurture your future. And I think this is nurturing a connection that you have with a flamboyant, that's the word I'm looking for. Someone who's flamboyant, but actually has a lot of business kudos. You know, a bit like sort of like, I'd like to say Elon Musk or something like that, where, he's stepped into that role of being very much more of a public figure, not just a billionaire, but he's got a lot of business kudos that goes along with it. And look at that. Yeah, authority. There is a high degree of authority. And as I said, I think they're very outwardly going in their vibration here. And you get the King of Wands here. And I think this is almost installing you as well. It puts you in a position of authority because you make this connection with someone that opens a lot of doors for you or a situation. And in your past, you have the World card. Going into a new paradigm, it plays into this. I think this is a very joyous advancement within your life, on your career path, in regards to your finances, your business and your projects. It's definitely a new cycle. It's something that's coming in quite quickly, and it's very concrete. It's very solid as a thing. It's not like someone sort of saying, that you meet that sort of say, they turn around and they say, oh, look, I was thinking about starting a food truck. Do you want to join in? This is like someone who's got like a business, and they turn around and they sort of say, do you know what? Would you like to run our this section of our business? And it comes from something that's incredibly solid. Ideas into reality. It could be a case where, actually, I'll tell you what it could well be. This may not be for everybody, but it's like this sort of thing, that scenario that's going on. It's like you've had a great idea for a business, and you are now getting someone who comes in who's willing to invest in that business. A little bit like Dragon's Den. I don't know if you've ever seen that. A little bit like that sort of thing. And it's like, it seems to be like there's a flamboyant business person that seems to want to invest in you, or becomes a client of yours, which allows you to really push the boundaries of what you really want to be doing. So you can convert those ideas into reality. And I think it plays enormously around this sort of section here, as we said earlier on, a real big thing that's coming into you. Okay, and with the decisions or the lessons that you should be learning out of this week here, you get the Temperance card here, converting negative into positive, or turning night into day, so you can see things a lot clearer about where you're going in life. It seems to be driving in that sort of direction, and I think you shouldn't wait too long to capitalize on this opportunity. I wouldn't and ah too much, which you can do sometimes because you like to get everything sorted, everything in its place in order to make the right decision. I think you've also got to feel it from within you. I think it's mentally stimulating, and if those ideas convert from what you're having as an idea into reality and it's really fixed within your mind, therefore you're going to get the good results. Okay, so let's just see how the vibrations are going to be affecting your sign, and how it's going to be affecting the petals on your sign. So let's just have a look at what the sun is doing at the moment, and we'll go into the elements of your flower. So here we have the sun over the last week that's going on. And we said in the energy update, I said in the energy update that it was all about the corona holes and the filament energies. And that's pretty much what it's been. That's the energy that's coming in through the prana, through the chi energy, that's feeding the energy of the earth. But at the earth at the moment, in the earth energy, there's lots of air. And there has been 2 eruptions, 2 X flares, which are going to change the vibration. If you imagine we have a lot of oxygen around the earth at the moment you put a bit of fire, what's that going to do to that oxygen? Kaboom! Sort of scenario. And that's possibly what that big thing is, that big opportunity that's coming up for you. And it could well be for Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. We'll see. And I'll be doing another energy update, but you should have a good idea, looking at the sun, seeing if there's some eruptions that's heading in the direction of the earth. Because these eruptions here, this is one of them there, are coming past the earth, and they're not really. So if you imagine that's the earth, the vibration goes past. It doesn't actually hit it, but what it does do is create a lot of static electricity, and that's creating that air energy that's in the system at the moment within the earth, and it's being driven. And the second one that came off of the solar flare is a little bit more towards the earth. And as I said, I think we're waiting on the third eruption, which will be happening on Sunday or Monday, as far as I can see, in regards to the sun. And I think that is going to be earth directed more than the last 2 X flares that just came off. So it's going to be affecting the air energy that is within the system in the earth. So this is where the air energy is going to be affecting you. But also it's going to be affected by the earth and water energy, because that's still filtering through at the moment. And we'll finish the week with an injection of fire energy, which I think is going to start the process off and finalize the transformation of the energies at the moment. But it's going to affect majority the week after the 3rd, but you may well see it in the beginning part of that, or the end of this coming week, on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, really, as it sort of like plays through. But let's just see how that is affecting your flowers, or your flower, and your elements within your flower. So here we have the Astroflower of Aries. You see on this outer circle here, you have that cardinal fire, pure sign, yourself, like Pisces, Virgo and Libra. But you do have a lot of fire that goes through you as well. You know, this is why you are a pure fire sign. There's a lot of fire within you. But the elements that we're mainly looking at, as I said, is air, water and earth. And that air and that water mainly can be seen on this section up here. So you've got this air, this mutable air that comes in with Sagittarius, this fixed air that comes in from Aquarius, and then you have this combination of this earth and water that goes through it there with Pisces and Taurus. Now that earth does change into fire, and this is where I think this week here, that fire input later on in the week is going to provoke that physical proposition on your financial side with that fixed earth that is within you in your future self. But as I said, it will be emotionally driven because you've got that Pisces energy that runs all the way through you. And I think that's also a particular factor. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull a few cards on that and this crossing point up there and seeing how it affects your sort of reading. So let's just jump straight in there and let's see what's going on. So let me just move a few cards so then you can see a little bit more sort of clearer what's going on. So we want to be pulling on this section here, and on this section up here. On this side, on your relationship side, you get the Six of Swords going on to the Queen of Wands. And this is gradually going off, going towards much calmer shores. An energy that you feel much happier about. It's very sociable. It's enjoying life, but it's in concentrating on that enjoyment. What's the message that comes in from the sun at the moment in that regards? You get the Three of Swords. I think this is talking about that, of moving from something that may have been a little bit complicated for you. And I think we've seen that in your readings over the past 2 or 3 weeks. There has been a bit of sort of jostling position in your life, and it might have been emotionally straining for you. I think that's signifying, this energy that's coming through at the moment is signifying the end of that, and much more happier times that comes for you in the future. And look at that, what comes through on that. Exactly that. I think it's moving from one phase to another, which is so much more happier for you. It makes you feel like you have a lot of luck going in your direction. Could be a new love, you're asking someone someone out on a date and so forth. You've got 2 aces down that side there. It'd be interesting to see what comes out there. But before we do that, let's just have a look at this fixed air that's coming through here. These fixed ideas that are within you, what can it bring? And you've got the Six of Cups with this vibration that's coming through. As I said, it's like an idea that you've had in the past, and all of a sudden someone's looking to invest in it. So this idea that you've had in the past and want to put into the future, and it could be about a career path or a business or a project, whatever it is, it's like a gift to yourself. That's what you're doing with these 9 of Cups here. It provokes a lot of it. And you get the Page of Swords. It is converting an old idea into reality more than anything else. How does your inner vibration, that 9 of Cups, how does that stimulate those choices and the decisions that you make in your everyday? Let's just see what's going on there. You got on the relationship side, you get the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there's a bit more work going on your relationship side, certainly more than what's going on your financial side. On your financial side, it's all about surfing, riding the wave of energy. But on your relationship side, it's like sort of saying, look what I've done and not what I say here. And I think that's where you will get a lot of the results in regards to, or a lot of connections, or falling in love with someone, or asking someone out, or a relationship that really works in a very, very physical manner. And on your financial side, you get the 8 of Cups. Totally, you've got this sort of mutable water that comes in here, and with that fixed earth that comes across here. And I think here is on your financial side is you've got to be curious. You know, that's where it ties into that 8, that Temperance card there. Don't wait around too long. If you wait around too long, you might miss the boat. You might miss this opportunity. So if I was you, Aries, I certainly wouldn't be waiting around too long. Don't and ah too much over your decisions. If it feels right for you, follow it. And I think it will breed great success for you. There you go, Aries. Yeah, don't forget about the energy updates, which I will see you on. Thanking you very much for being here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel, for the YouTube system. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.